Change is necessary for growth. In order for you to grow in whatever area it is that you seek growth in, some sort of a change will be necessary. The change might be minuscule, the change might be huge, but there will be a change, and you have to learn to become adaptable.
This is episode 148.
Hello and welcome to my podcast show, your coach, Helen Uskovic. This is the Micro Mindful Moments series, and this is where I reflect on 6 really important things of my week last week. Hello and welcome back to the Micro Mindful Moments series. I love this series. I love reflecting on things that make me become a better person and things that help push me into growth. And this is such a great little series to help you do the same thing as well. So let's kick it off with something that I learned last week. And something that I learned last week is that if our relationship in your life is not serving you, you can release it and everything will be okay. Now, this can be a love relationship, like an intimate relationship. This can be a family relationship or a friend relationship. But if you feel like this relationship is causing you more stress than it is joy, then it's time to just take a step back and think, hey, hold on. Why am I putting up with this? And why do I still want this dynamic in my life? So, this has happened many times in my life when it comes to friendships and family stuff as well, and relationships. And it's really important to get clear on your boundaries and what you will tolerate and what you will not tolerate, because the way that you allow people to treat you is exactly what you will tolerate. So if there's something that's not serving you in a relationship and it's causing you hurt and more suffering, then it might be time to just release that tight hold that you have of that relationship and just start to loosen the grip and just allow that relationship to dissipate or fade away, or maybe transition into the next phase of its life with you. Sometimes if a relationship isn't serving you and you release it, sometimes it comes back because there had to be some more growth, or there had to be some sort of a change that had to take place. And that's okay. And yes, things can hurt, especially if you love people, and releasing them and letting them go can be quite hard, but always seek support. There's support everywhere. You can reach out to someone like me, a coach. You can reach out to a therapist if you don't have anyone close by to support you. Next, let's move on to a beautiful memory last week. And a beautiful memory that I had last week was watching the sunset with my love. And it was so beautiful. There's something magical about closing off the day with watching the sun go down. It's such a great way to reflect on the day that was and express gratitude towards each other and have a beautiful moment of intimacy while looking at something beautiful. Yeah, I'm just picturing it now. It was so beautiful. The sun was setting amongst this bush and greenery where we were sitting, and there was a beautiful lake, and the sun's reflection on the lake just looked so beautiful. And yeah, I will cherish that memory. Now, next, a podcast or a book that I recommend. This week it's a book, and it's called Take Control of Your Life. And it's from an amazing human named Mel Robbins. If you haven't heard of Mel, she's like so motivational when it comes to things like anxiety. So I'll read you a little bit of a blurb on this book. In times of high anxiety, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. And with this book, Take Control of Your Life, Mel encourages you to make that change now. And if you want the tools to break free from fear and help to live to your fullest potential, then this book is a must listen. I have the audio book. You can always buy a hard copy book, but when I read it, it was just like a really great refresher. It was a really great way to get my mindset back on track with, okay, you know what? I can control everything. And what I loved about this book is how she talks about fear. And the minute it rises up in your body, what you can do to help that fear not escalate, which is what then causes things like anxiety. So yeah, have a look at that book, guys. Next, what I want to improve. What I want to improve this week is completing my tasks. I have 1,000 tasks because I'm getting ready for our holiday. And yep, my job is to complete all the tasks that I have set out for my workday, because the week before I didn't complete all my tasks and I feel ill-accomplished if I don't complete all my tasks. And so what I do is I like to strip it back down to 3 important tasks that I must complete for that day. Which leads me on to my next point, a tip, a hack, or a strategy. And the tip, hack, or strategy that I want to share with you today is your 3 MITs, your 3 most important tasks. So this is a mindful practice. This is a productivity practice. This is a practice for success and growth. And what it is, at the start of the day, having 3 of the most important tasks that you must complete. I used to have a to-do list that had like 20 things to do a day, and I would never complete them, so I never felt accomplished. And this simple act of just having 3 and understanding that tomorrow you can do another 3 and the next day you can do another 3. You don't have to do everything today. You don't have to complete everything today. And this is like a control thing, a perfectionism thing, and learning to let go of that and be okay with that is such a lifesaver. And if you do have extra time, then you can complete the other items that you have on your to-do list. But if time and overwhelm are a thing for you, then strip it back, get back to the basics, complete your 3 most important tasks for the day, and tick that off. And last, certainly not least, what is the affirmation for the week, or the quote? It's an affirmation, and that affirmation is that change is necessary for growth. In order for you to grow in whatever area it is that you seek growth in, some sort of a change will be necessary. The change might be minuscule, the change might be huge, but there will be a change, and you have to learn to become adaptable. You have to learn to be able to pivot. You have to learn that it's okay to transition. It's okay to learn new things. It's okay to give up habits. It's okay to instill new habits, but change is definitely necessary for growth, and that is okay. What does change look like? It can look easy, simple, beautiful, freeing. It can look messy. It can look like boundary assertion. It can look like letting go of relationships that aren't serving you anymore. It can look like bringing new people into your life, surrounding yourself with a new network. Change comes in all shapes and sizes, and it's really, really, really a great skill to learn how to be adaptable and how to manage change and how to deal with change once it arises, so that way you don't freak out and lose the plot and think, you know what, this is too much change that's going on for me right now. I can't handle this. I'm losing it. Meditation is a great practice. Meditation and yoga and exercise and upping your self-care, I highly recommend to double dose when you are in a period of growth, because there'll be change happening. And if you up your self-care practices, then it just helps you to maintain that beautiful high level energy that you need to make sure that your change and your growth is as successful as it can be. And that's all for today. I hope to see you next week. I hope you loved the episode. Please come to my Instagram and have a chat with me and let me know what you liked, loved, and loathed. Have a good day. I hope you enjoy the show today. Remember, you can jump on my Instagram to let me know your thoughts on my podcast show. I would love to see it. And if you have a moment, please share a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts so that we can help move the show along together. If you share a review, please send me a screenshot of it so that I can send you a thank you gift. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode. I'll see you next week for next week's episode. Bye.